Cook Africa is brought to you by Gino.
It's another exciting episode on Cook Africa. My name is Ajua Ahenewa, and today I'm wearing green. So I hope you know what time it is, guys. So let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back from our quick commercial break. My name is Ajua Ahenewa, and this is Cook Africa. And today, my guest will be cooking alone because I want to allow him to be able to express himself, to be able to concentrate on what he is doing. I said, "Me kasado do." Say, "Ana guess the munya daji and tremudia muyeno." So today, I'll take myself out of the kitchen and allow my guest to do his thing, and I'll come back and we'll all climax and eat, and it's a soft life there. But before I will introduce my guest, I will not introduce my guest without saying, hey food lovers, let me let you in on a little kitchen secret. One of the best ingredients that can make your soups and your stews taste great. Yep, Gino tomato mix. It's thick, it's red, it's rich just the way you like it. Tomato mix is your go-to for that unique blend of tomato concentrate, fiber, and essential vitamins that makes every meal pop with flavor and color. And guess what? It's enriched with vitamin A, D3, fiber, and zinc, treating your family to tasty and delicious meals. With Gino tomato mix, you can never go wrong. It gives your meals that deep red appeal, rich texture, and mouth-watering goodness every single time. So go on, make your next meal unforgettable with the thick, red, rich Gino tomato mix, because Gino truly cares. Yes, Gino truly cares, and today we'll be using much of the Gino curry powder. And see, Gino truly cares all angles. Guys, today my guest is a Rastafarian. Yes, don't let the Rasta scare you. He's coming to cook.
Hello, this is Nana S. Acheampong, and today I'm excited to be here to try and share with you one of my favorite dishes. So, with nothing much to do, first of all, before you start all this, you have to keep it hygienic. So we wash our hands down. Let me just take you through the ingredients we need for this particular dish. It's called Ital Harvest. It's not for Rasta people or anything. It's for anyone who's interested in healthy living. So you have your carbohydrates, you have your irons, you have your potassium, magnesium. Of course, we have a few things cooking too. So you have your proteins. But we start the Irish potatoes. You need about 2 for 2 people. Then your avocado, tomatoes. We have moringa powder, white pepper, black pepper, some olive oil, virgin oil, onions, spring onions, lettuce, cucumber, and then some brown bread. Basically, the only thing missing here is the Gino curry powder, but you use that to season and spice the beans. So at the moment, we have the beans almost ready. It's what we prepared earlier. It takes about 45 minutes for it to cook, so we started that earlier. And then we also have our potatoes, which we diced before cooking. So we steam diced potatoes. And now I guess we can start with the preparation proper. First of all, you need a sharp knife and, of course, a chopping board. The idea is to start with your vegetables. So we can start with our onions and chop them finely. And then just enough to give taste to the food. I like the whitish parts because they're spicier, and they also bring out the tang when you're eating it. And of course, you know what onions give you. And if you don't, just Google it, just find something out. Besides nice taste. We chop a few here, nicely diced. As you chop, make sure you don't cut your fingers, so you go them crooked like that, and you let the knife go. So we chop maybe about, those onions are kind of an acquired taste, so not everybody likes a lot of those. But depending on who your guest is and who you're cooking for, you should be able to have just enough. And then we can add some of the greens or the fronds to give it color. Remember, the Ital Harvest is basically a green diet with some red tomatoes to give it some color. So this should do for what we need for today. And then I'll get a plate and then put these in for now. A bowl that I can put this in. So I'll just take one of these bowls and then I can just put the onions here. Okay. And then similarly, I'll dice the cucumber. And then once we've done that, so we dice the cucumber, or just some light slices so that they're easy to consume. And remember, as I said, this is light meal, but because of the carbohydrates mixed like the potatoes and the brown bread, you're going to have a heavy, you could use it for breakfast, it could be lunch, it could be dinner, and I just turned 60, so I don't eat heavily after 5 o'clock. So something like this would be just perfect for someone like me. And the thing about this meal is it's vegetarian, but it's kind of tasty. And if you have issues with your health in terms of high blood pressure, kidney problems and all that, it doesn't need salt. It doesn't need any seasons per se. I mean, we're using curry and these, but these are all healthy, organic stuff that we're going to use. Okay. And then we have our lettuce, which we're going to also cut finely to mix. Remember, once we have all these cuts, we're going to have to make some cream, a sort of dressing for the salad. And since we want to keep it all Ital, it's going to come from the avocado and some of these spices and olive oil, which will blend together. If you don't have a blender, you can use a bowl and a fork, and then you whisk it out, you know. So we're going to have to do that as well once we're done. It's important that you wash your leaves very thoroughly. Some use vinegar to make sure that there are no germs and added residue from. A lot of them are actually kind of like planted along very unsavory places. So it's important that you actually give it a very thorough wash so you don't mess your health up. Now that we have these taken care of, we go for something that's a bit more colorful, the tomatoes, which we can use to also taste, and then so the amount of tomatoes you use will depend on how many people you're serving, of course. And since we're cooking for 2 people, 4 should be fine, which comes to 2 per person. And then the idea is to take out the seeds so that you keep it tight and simple. Take the seeds out like that. My mother had a way of doing it where she would cut it and then use her fingers to just get it scooped about. And then back in the day, I lived in Kolebu, so what we did was that we keep the seeds and then just throw them out behind the boys' quarters. And then after a rain or two, they sprout, and then you have all these tomatoes growing wild. So I remember there was one summer, August time, where the entire house, we didn't buy any tomatoes or pepper because everything was from stuff that we had already put out there. So this is one way of just getting the seeds out, and then once you have the seeds out, you can chop them into smaller pieces. And as I said, these give taste and they have their own health benefits as well. Remember, you can have this salad made and then you refrigerate it for a while. It doesn't have to be immediately consumed when you finish it. You can have it refrigerated for an hour. So it's perfect for small parties. Perfect for small parties, and it's not messy. Apart from the potatoes and the beans that you have to cook, you really have no need for any heating. Yeah, so the beans are black-eyed beans. The white ones that we use, I think basically for, is that what you use for gobe? I don't know, for gobe. Yeah, so the same kind of beans that you use for gobe. So here we go. Our tomatoes are almost done. And basically, my philosophy in life has been to focus more on the present. I mean, the past is important. More important is as much as it puts perspective on failure, things that you didn't do well. Because that's what success is, they're about to happen. So the past is important as far as you think about failures, which are inspiring. Then the future is important because, of course, tomorrow offers a different possibility. But for me, the focus is always in the current, in the now, because this is the only reality that actually exists, the now. Besides the now, everything else is fantasy. What happened yesterday is not real. What may happen tomorrow is not real. So as far as I'm concerned, the current is what's important. But just for the purpose of this interview, my background is in journalism, in education, in creative arts, media. And I've been doing it in over 3 different continents properly. And at the moment, what I do is I write more. Since I turned 60, I decided to churn out the books that I've been working on all my life. So now almost every 3 months, I'll be coming out with a book or 2. And at the moment, I'm teaching at African University College of Communication, African University of Communications and Business. We got a charter, so that's the new thing. And I teach anything amongst the media, culture, society. So any subjects that fit in there. And I'm also the director of the Amata Edu Center for Creative Writing and the head of the Department for Creative Arts, which we're turning into creative practice. So that's really exciting. So at the moment, as I said, my focus is on the present. At the moment, what I do is teach and then write. So that's basically what's happening. Remember, I told you the potatoes are already diced. They should be almost ready now. They're diced and they're on the fire. And then we just dice them and then put them there. And this I'm going to do, the avocado, I'm going to use for this, the salad dressing. So I'll mix that, I'll blend it with, I'll whisk and blend with moringa, and then some white pepper, some black pepper, inside the, using the olive oil, and that should give us some taste for all that. And then we can clean it up with the brown bread, which we already sliced. Avocado is one of my favorites. And what we are doing is not quite guacamole, just a dressing for the salad. So we're going to get it out, and then once it's out, I'm going to, as I said, blend it with the peppers and the moringa. This should come out, it should be easier to unpeel it, but pardon the mess. But I hear the ones that are more difficult to peel are the juicier. So if it's any consolation, this one should taste really good. Okay, this one did away. The other one, I'm going to just cut them up and then mix a bit of this with this. I'll save for the dressing, and this I'll just chop up for the salad. Yeah, that's really. This should peel better, faster. Yeah. I've always wondered, how do you know if avocado is ripe and ready to eat? I've always wondered, because somehow, initially I was told that if it's ripe, when it's ripe, when you shake it, you hear the pit making noise inside. But I've had several times when I bought these and then you try to open them and they're still green. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to have a few of these. Let's mix it with that thing, like so. And remember, this is a pretty heavy meal that, like I said earlier, you can have for breakfast, lunch, and then early dinner. I'll just add one more to it and then. Okay, so now I'm going to need the blender, or in the absence of a blender, we'll just get a bowl and then whisk. We get a bowl and then whisk the different ingredients in there. All right. When I was growing up, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have mobile phones, we had limited avenues for entertainment. That was listening to your boombuster or playing records, watching TV, one channel, that was the Ghana TV, or listening to radio, one channel, GBC radio, or reading. So reading, okay, you could watch movies, you could go to opera, but reading was the number one way of leaving your body and traveling around the world. So, like, people used to actually meet and talk about a new book they've read. Have you read a new, whoever, you know. And in my house, there was one room that was just filled of books every time, new books coming before they're distributed to the market. So for me, it was like an automatic thing, you know. And I got used to the scent of new books, and if you got depressed, you just go inside the room, and we just tear up boxes and fresh books from Heinemann, Longman, wherever. And so reading was part of the culture. But my parents used to always tell me that people like Ernest Hemingway were the best writers in the world. But anytime I read them, I thought they were deceptively very easy and simple, you know. So started writing early, poetry and then prose. And then what happened was, I think around 16, I did a book called Seekers Find. It was about Nigeria and Ghana and a lot of sex and drugs and everything antisocial. And then my mom just freaked out and said, hey, this is not the theme you want to work on. If you want to write, then you have to learn properly how to write. So I was enrolled at the Ghana Institute of Journalism to learn journalism and writing and media. And after that, I just kept writing, but it's been difficult to get publishers in Ghana. So Othello, published by Facebook 95, which was Leroy Kubaje's Othello. They published my Facebook, and they made me feel like I was a real writer. It was crazy. National Theatre launched fantastic stuff. So I need to, the blender is just getting sorted out, and I can be blending my stuff. So after, the first book was called Equilibrists. After that, it was just like a faucet had been left open. Okay, so for dressing, we just use a couple of garlic, not the entire clove, just a couple of them, which I put it here, and I put in avocado. I'll just need a little water to make it more easy to blend. And then we're going to put a pinch of white pepper, another pinch of black, and then moringa. Remember, we are not using salt or anything for that. But just to make this thing really solid, this virgin olive oil, which we're going to put here, you know. And then I'm going to blend this. Just add a little more water to it. Just a little bit more. So now we have a seasoned dressing, which I'm going to pour into, which is kind of fine as it is. And then basically our food is almost ready. The next thing I do is to put some season on this and then mix it up, then serve with some slices of bread, and then we're ready to have a healthy meal. Ital Harvest. So the beans is ready. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of the curry powder on it to give it some flavor, and then we can bring it up over here. The beans is ready, and I believe we need a few more seconds for the potatoes. Okay, so like I told you earlier on, we're going to use the Gino curry powder to just give it a little bit of flavor. So it's already done. I just put just a little bit on, so you can do a little bit of its magic on this. And then we can now mix it up. It is really beautiful looking and ready for work. Okay. So we're kind of ready now. And once the potatoes are ready, we bring them out, mix them up, add the beans, and then serve. And it's ready for a fantastic feast. Okay, so now beans are ready, the beans with the curry powder. So I'm going to bring it here and then liberally get quite a few here to give it our protein needs. Yeah. And then the potatoes are ready too. So fantastic. And then if you remember, this is the season, the dressing that we had earlier on. Looks a bit like guacamole. And then I'll use the forks to mix them up. And all this richness without salt or anything that can disturb your health. As I said, if you've had any health care, and I had a health care around 2020 during the COVID time. So my kidneys, everything shut down. So I was actually, I don't know, it wasn't a coma, but I was off for weeks. And then when I came to, I was at Kolebu. And they dialyzed me. They had to do 4 times dialysis. And then somehow the body just kicked in, and then everything was ready and normal again, more or less, So after that, I decided that I'm going to focus more on better, healthier living and healthier lifestyle. No more wasting, chasing money and all that rubbish, but focusing more on community and sacrifice. So this is a testament to all that. Now, this is meal enough for 4 people, but just for the purpose of the event today, we just have maybe 2 servings. So 2 portions. And then you can have slices of brown bread, which are healthy. And then, voila, our food is ready. And we're ready to roll. So there you have it. Ital Harvest, healthy food that goes across, helps you not abuse the body and gives you some energy for the day. Perfect for breakfast, perfect for lunch, perfect for dinner. And it doesn't take so much time to cook apart from the beans. That takes about 45 minutes. Apart from that, everything is basically ready to cut up and blend them, get it together. So, Ital Harvest.
Oh, food is ready.
Yes, food's ready just for you.
Okay. Wow. Ital Harvest.
Yes,
salad.
ma'am. Ital Harvest.
Okay. So I think you taught our viewers how to make this.
Yeah, basically.
But before we taste, can you please take us through the last step, like what you did? Lastly, take us through the steps. Yeah.
Okay, so the step was first washing all the ingredients, and the ingredients were cucumber, lettuce, avocado, tomatoes, a bit of garlic, Irish potatoes, and brown bread, and I think that's, and then of course the special Gino
Curry powder. Yeah.
And what we did was we washed all of them and then diced them, cooked the beans, and then beans, black-eyed beans, beans and potatoes, diced them and cooked, and then spiced the beans a little bit with the curry powder.
Curry powder.
No salt at all.
No salt.
And then when it was all ready, We cut them up, mix them up, and then we had to do a dressing for it. So the dressing was a combination of the avocado, the virgin olive oil, and then some white pepper, black pepper, and moringa powder. So those that would be the dressing for it.
Okay.
So basically, you eat it healthily, and then you can use the brown bread to clean it up. Yeah.
So why the brown bread?
Oh, basically a carbohydrate extract plus also this is the plate cleaner.
Okay.
And then
Wow.
yeah.
So that's when should we eat this? For weight loss? For what? I mean.
No, just for Ital, so for healthy living.
Okay.
It doesn't even matter if you eat in the morning, the afternoon, or early evening, because it's not that heavy and it's easy to digest it.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's all hopefully all organic and pure.
Guys,
Yeah.
today we didn't interrupt you. Today we didn't have any conversation. Today we didn't want to disturb you with anything about myself whatsoever. So we allowed Acheampong to take you through the steps alone. And guys, I'm here to teach. So today, this is what we call soft life.
Yeah, all for
Today
you.
I didn't really stress.
All for you.
I came in here just to eat,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna eat Ital Harvest.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I your mate? We eat Ital Harvest. So guys, as you all know, before I taste the food, Gino gives me something to read. So guys, Gino says that, let me take you in on a little kitchen secret. You know, one of the ingredients that can make your stews and soups taste great, of course, make your salad taste great. It's thick, it's red, it's rich, just the way you like it. Gino tomato mix is your go-to for that unique blend of tomato concentrate, fiber, and essential vitamins that makes every meal pop with flavor and color. And guess what? It's enriched with vitamin A, D3, fiber, and zinc, treating your family to a tasty, delicious meals. With Gino tomato mix, you can never go wrong. It gives your meal that deep red appeal, rich texture, and mouth-watering goodness every single time. So go on, make your next meal unforgettable with a thick red rich Gino tomato mix, because I want you to say this together. Gino truly what? Gino truly cares, right?
Okay.
So because Gino truly cares.
Yeah.
Yes.
He brought knowledge to the world, though.
So a taste of the serpent's case. So that animal, okay, my understanding to this is that animal that is not friendly, I should taste his case.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Anyway,
It's politics anyway.
I know, right? So, this was written by you.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Which year was it written?
This was last year. It was to meet with the election time, so it was written for the Ghanaian election.
Okay. So I think the politicians buy it, or you gave it to them for free?
Oh, the publishers brought it in a bit later. No, it's not for politicians, but it's about encouraging Ghanaian youth to take over government.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much is this book?
150. It's in all the bookshops, Kingdom, all the decent bookshops, Judea Bookshop, Kingdom, EPP, and then of course on Amazon.com too. So
The Mystery of the Treasure Keeper.
it's also it's more about the African experience in abroad, yeah, and stuff like that.
Which year was this written?
About 10 years ago. But it was
Whoa.
relaunched this year. So
Oh, okay. One stone, one bride, and a zombie.
yeah. If you are crazy about Ghanaian culture,
Okay.
and the middle class and stuff, this is what you have to read about.
A Taste of the Serpent's Kiss is my favorite.
Please do, and you love it anyway. Yeah.
I'm gonna read this.
Yeah.
And so, what's the inspiration behind these books?
Oh, each of them inspired by different things. Basically, this was basically inspired by the corruption around
Ghana.
us. It was too much, yeah. And it was every day you could hear.
Are you in any way related to politics?
Okay, disclosure, my younger sister and things, they are inside, but I'm not a politician. So actually, I think politics are one of the major institutions that keep us where we are, the suppressed state, you know. So
Hey, suppressed state. I'm not suppressed.
okay,
I'm
yeah,
not.
you do a part of the 7% to
Yeah,
enjoy.
I'm
it,
not.
yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
The government is doing well.
No.
Yeah.
This government is very different.
And
I'm talking
even the
about-
former government who did well.
No, it was rubbish. It was rubbish. Like that
They did
8
well.
years was probably the worst. I mean, I've been to, I can't count the number of countries I've been to, but This was the worst. I've been to war places.
Hey, but people pass my mommy.
No, but
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice.
Yeah, I didn't personally, but around me, you could see the mess. And every day there was a scandal. Every day.
Oh.
I mean, how?
I didn't hear about that.
So this book was to call on the youth to take over
Take
sack
over.
everybody from Jubilee House.
Hey,
that
sack
was the whole
everybody.
idea, yeah. So at the end of the thing, the president and his family, they ran away. Yeah.
So this was launched here last year.
It was launched actually this. It was launched at Ghana Expo Promotion.
Last year or this year?
It was released last year, but it was launched this year.
So now, which government are you sacking?
Oh, it's not. No, but it's a cautionary tale. It's a cautionary tale that if you are given power,
yes, you have to do well for your
be
people.
responsive to the
guys,
people.
so I think when it comes to
and also
writing,
says we should sack the churches too, and then come out with some sankofa stuff.
as for the church, if we are to talk about it, we won't eat our food because we are not sacking the church.
Okay. Then what about the school system?
We are not sacking the school system.
We have to change that too.
I think.
And I'm in
see,
academia.
there is something I always say. There are some things that helped us. Those of us who had that, I don't know, but I can boldly say that right now, look at the Gen Zs. Look at what is happening. No morals, zero etiquette. Like, it's so sad.
I have a different view on that,
if you compare these people to the people who went through the normal curriculum, whatsoever, sometimes I even compare myself to some people and I'm like, whoa, okay, what were they taught? How are they learning? In as much as schools are supposed to do well, parents are also failing. So trust me, it goes hand in hand. So if I talk about church and school, trust me, we'll eat our food. So let's eat and get out of here.
Let's eat.
That's the most important thing. Let's eat and get out of here. As for politics, you can sack them. But school and church, nope.
They're all connected.
No. We're not sacking anybody. Yes. The church is my happy place. So, guys, this is Ital Harvest.
Yes, ma'am.
And, okay. Guys, as I always say, go leave your comments in the comment section. And maybe we didn't give you the opportunity to get to know Acheampong. So, please, if you have any question, a suggestion, even if the recipe can read Phoebe, be Fatu Mommy. Fatu comment section, Mommy. Nah, so guys,
I see why she's talking though.
Yes, Cook Africa comes your way every Saturday at exactly 5 p.m. and repeated on Tuesdays at exactly 4 p.m. Yes, last week it was shown at 6, and that was because there was a live streaming. But this week it's going at exactly 5 p.m. So guys, as I always say, the best part is when you are ready to eat. Acheampong.
Yes, ma'am.
I told you Gino truly cares.
Gino truly cares.
So Gino cared about you.
No, fantastic.
And Gino gave you something.
Oh, really?
Yes. Gino truly cares. So this is from Gino.
Wow.
We have the Gino baked beans, the mayonnaise, the curry, the original, the all power curry powder, the Gino tomato mix, and like everything from Gino.
In a beautiful
yes,
basket
exactly. And
thanks, I appreciate it.
yes, so this is from Gino for an Acheampong.
Thanks so much, Gino. Appreciate it. I know you truly care.
Yes, I know you.
Thanks very much.
Everything.
Appreciate it.
So it's about to go down. Yes. Everybody who knows me knows that this is not my league, but right.
It's not that bad.
It's nice.
Cook Africa was brought to you by Gino.